In the beginning, there was only hell, a planet choked by its own violent birth. The atmosphere was a crushing prison, 200 times denser than the world we know. No sunlight could ever pierce this heavy ceiling of toxic soot and carbon dioxide. A claustrophobic world of endless night, sealed under a blanket of pure sulfur. Trapped in darkness, the planet was a ticking time bomb of unyielding heat. The ground itself was alive with fury, constantly tearing at the seams. Every inch of this newborn world was a suffocating furnace. The extreme pressure bent the very air, crushing the planet in a vice grip. A relentless landscape of fire, where stability was nothing but a myth. For millions of years, the Earth remained a scorched, lifeless wasteland. A maze of liquid stone, drowning in its own toxic breath. But high above the inferno, the upper atmosphere was beginning to change. The heat from below clashed with the cold void of space. Deep within the high-pressure clouds, a new force was gathering. The stage was set for an epic clash between the heavens and the earth. Thousands of blinding lightning strikes per minute fractured the toxic darkness. And then, the ancient sky ignited with unprecedented fury. An atmospheric war of electrical fire, ripping the molecules of the sky apart. In the heart of this electric chaos, hydrogen and oxygen were forced together. The first molecule of water in Earth's history is born in the eye of the storm. Condensing against all odds, a tiny droplet forms, holding the future of a world. This single pioneer droplet plunges downward, a lone traveler into the furnace. Behind the first, billions more begin to form, aligning for the great descent. The droplet charges through the thick sulfur, fighting to hold its liquid form. An army of water drops dives into the toxic haze, marching toward the burning crust. Below them, the planetary furnace waits, radiating lethal heat. The heavens open, launching a desperate assault on the world of fire. Soaked in ash and acid, the water drops push deeper into the danger zone. The first great rain enters the realm of absolute destruction. A vertical plunge into a world of 800 degrees. At 800 degrees, the air becomes a lethal barrier, boiling the rain alive. Vaporized in an instant, the pioneer drop is driven back to the sky. Billions of droplets sacrifice themselves, turning to steam before they can ever touch the ground. An endless loop of evaporation, a battle of attrition between water and fire. But each sacrifice cools the air by a fraction of a degree, making room for the next wave. The water drops press forward, gaining ground against the wall of heat. A brutal struggle for survival, fought by every single drop of water. The relentless bombardment slowly wears down the planetary inferno. The thermal shield cracks, and the rain enters the final, deadliest zone. Driven by gravity, the water drops make their final, desperate stand. Centimeters from the glowing crust, the vanguard drop faces the ultimate test. No longer turning back, the water drops piece the final line of defense. The moment that changed planetary history was just a heartbeat away. The heavens strike the earth with absolute force. The age of fire was about to meet its match. Impact. The first drop of liquid water touches the primordial crust. A violent explosion of steam, but the rock has finally been broken. The floodgates open, and a global deluge slams into the burning planet. Billions of tons of water drown the ancient fires, fracturing the volcanic plains. A million-year downpour begins, reshaping the entire face of the world. The scalding flood tears through the crust, carving the veins of a new ecosystem. Volcanic craters become boiling cauldrons, trapping the waters of the Great Deluge. A global network of toxic rivers, carrying the raw ingredients of life into the deep. The primordial ocean is born, a vast, toxic green soup of raw chemical potential. The fires are tamed, replaced by a global sea of iron and acid. And within this toxic brew, a new miracle begins to stir. This tiny, translucent sphere of lipids fights the chaotic currents, holding the first spark of organic life. The microscopic sphere of lipids appears, a fragile, translucent bubble born in the deep green ocean. Feeding on volcanic chemical energy, the microscopic sphere of lipids grows stronger in the dark. Inside the translucent sphere of lipids, a primitive genetic code begins to write itself. Fusing with raw chemicals, the microscopic sphere of lipids builds a resilient cellular shield. An army of microscopic spheres of lipids multiplies in the deep safety of the ocean floor. Volcanic currents scatter the microscopic spheres of lipids, claiming territory on the seabed. The final victory of survival. The code inside the microscopic sphere of lipids begins to replicate. Carried by global tides, the microscopic spheres of lipids colonize the shallow shores. Building the first biological structures, the microscopic spheres of lipids rewrite planetary history. Touching the sunlight, the microscopic sphere of lipids begins a new energetic dance. In the shallow tide pools, the microscopic spheres of lipids concentrate their power. A glowing carpet of microscopic spheres of lipids, lighting up the dark primordial floor. Dividing to conquer, the microscopic sphere of lipids secures its lineage against time. Trillions of microscopic spheres of lipids now dominate the warm primordial basins. An ancient molecular dialogue, as microscopic spheres of lipids share the spark of adaptation. Linking together, the microscopic spheres of lipids prepare for the dawn of complex life. The Hadean furnace is cold, replaced by an ocean ruled by the microscopic sphere of lipids. The journey of survival has begun, locked inside a tiny, translucent sphere of lipids.